Hello, welcome to week 12 of my gluten and dairy-free experiment. This update yields the most detailed analysis of my results and begins drawing some conclusions. My compliance has been remarkably good this period. If you check out my blog, you'll see I've updated the way I present my measures, which I'm going to jump to right now. Green indicates that the measures have continued to improve, while blue indicates that the measures have improved since baseline, though there's been a degree of leveling out. So let's jump to the objective measures, and you'll see that these are all marked green. In 12 weeks, I lost more than 5 kilograms and 2 inches from my waistline. My body fat percentage reduced by at least 4% and as much as 8%. My fasting blood glucose levels reduced by as much as 1 whole millimole per litre, which is a huge difference. I'm standing in the relaxed pose here. I'm going to use the video transition effect to show just how much less distended my stomach is. The effects are even clearer when I compare the pictures of me sucking in my gut. My abdomen looks much more concave now. Please see my blog for the full suite of pictures taken. I'll finish now on the front pose picture just to show the improved levels of muscle definition. So now let's have a look at my wellness measures. I've done a bit of mathematical analysis now that I've collected enough data. You'll see that my stress levels have continued to improve, though the other ones have started to level out. But I've actually done a calculation and my overall score has gone from 40% to 53% when taking the best measures. And now we'll have a look at my symptomatic measures. Using the same mathematical approach, they've actually improved from around 60% to 38%, which is a huge and dramatic improvement, and that would have actually been more if I ignored my craving measures, which remained fairly stable over the 12 weeks. So now let's move just to the other observations. It's actually been a bit harder to comment on the vividness of my dreams this period. My sleep quality has not been great, and that's because I've been sleeping in another bed. So some of the other factors that I wanted to consider is that I had 2 wisdom teeth taken out this period, which limited my intake of hard foods and in turn would have helped with the weight loss. Another point to consider though to counteract that is that I've actually been doing less exercise than I usually do, which makes the results even more notable. The other factor that I'm not sure if I've adequately explained is that I plan what I'm going to eat much better now, and this makes it easier to say no to temptations when they present themselves, because I can easily tell myself that I've already had enough food, and while that sounds simple, that's actually a pretty big psychological advantage. If I'm going to pull all this information together and interpret it, last period I was actually ready to resume eating gluten and dairy because I thought the results had leveled out. But this period I've experienced such dramatic objective results that I'm going to continue to avoid these 2 ingredients. So if I wanted to tie it all together into a summary now, at this point in time my diet has tellingly improved my objective and symptomatic measures, and the improvements to my wellness were notable, though they could be attributed to the secondary gains rather than direct improvements. So in stark contrast to the previous fortnight, all of my objective measures continue to improve, and some dramatically. Now all the other measures that I took in the symptomatic and the wellness measures have begun to level out a little bit, except stress and bloating, which have continued to improve modestly. I still am yet to answer how long I need to do this experiment to yield the full benefits, though I'm glad I've experienced this level of significant results that I have, and I'm going to keep persevering.